All right, good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back on this Friday. Hopefully everyone's all excited for the weekend. It is going to be hot this weekend. Thank God. Finally, make up a big, after what happened, a complete washout last week. Good morning to you, Randy. Good to see you, Norman, Phil. Everyone ready for a new day here at Cyber Trade University. It was a great day yesterday. We had a lot of fun, a lot of good stocks, made some big moves. If you missed us, that's okay. The page has been turned. We're starting a new day. I do want to talk really quick about this one stock right here, the BBIG. Now, the stock, obviously, a lot of you in pre-market, some of you here on YouTube probably, if you're watching us, you're always welcome to join us during pre-market. Just like us, friend us. You could do a little trial quick in our trading room. But for the ones that we hear, I just want to point out, when I called it out earlier, you could see right here that we had that nice little pop when it came out at 825, the stock ran from like 336 and went all the way to 362. And then you'll notice that there was a 45,000 share seller out here. See that little red line right there? And do you guys notice I called it out earlier? I said, hey, there's a Fausto flag being built right there. And you could see it was consolidating. Then there was this big ball right here. And that buyer for 44,000 shares got done. And it was literally you had about 3-4 minutes to jump into it before the guy got filled. And then sure enough, boom, the stock just ran from 366 all the way up to about almost $4 a share. So that was a nice 30-cent move right there for a lot of us. It's always nice to start the morning, and before we go into trading, on the positive sign. And you could have traded a few thousand shares of it. Stock still looks strong. We still got some orders out here, sitting here around that $4. Looks like it's going to be testing it right here. Just move this over so you guys can see it on level 2. And on the chart, you could see, that stock is going to be testing it. But that was a very easy trade for everyone here in pre-market. So, I just wanted to point that out before we start getting into what's moving this morning. So anyway, let's talk about what happened yesterday, and then we'll go through the watch list. But there was a couple of stocks that did move pretty well. TEL was a pretty decent stock, kind of died, but this stock obviously was had a nice little push in pre-market, and then obviously you see how it came right back down. But I know a lot of us did pretty well on this TEL yesterday in the pre-market. No different than what we traded with BBIG. That one did okay. The ACAD, that one did really good too. This stock was a gap fill. You could see it right here. It started being a gap fill. That was a stock that we watched from 26 down to 20. And then stock had a really nice move yesterday. It just kept going up so nice and easy, and even going into the close. But then it kind of what happened here, it just completely died. I know me and Josh were talking about it yesterday. I'm like, oh my God, thank God some of us didn't jump in. But program trading, we always tell you, kicks in right around 3:30. Well, in this case, it was the reverse. These guys wanted out of it. But over the course of the day, it did really, really well. Ford also, I got really ticked off. I had a big block in Ford yesterday. And listen, remember, President Biden went to go see Ford about their new electric truck. And I think that was right around this time when it was around $12, $12.50. Look where the stock is doing. Stock has got, you got to go back several years to see these resistance levels. But I traded yesterday. I got burnt on it yesterday, very little. I was watching it. It was great in the morning hours. Had a nice little push. I owned a pretty big block of it, and it kind of like backed off on me a little bit. And I said, I don't want to hold this position overnight, so I got out of it. Lost a little money on that stock, but I made back on 10. 10 was great yesterday. This stock, just like yesterday, was just, look at this thing. This thing's been on an animal, very quiet. You didn't hear this thing. Came from nowhere, but look at that trend in the morning. It ran from like $18 all the way up to about 21. And then when you look at the long-term chart, I mean, look at this chart. Look how beautiful that thing is. Thing was at $10 back in May, and look at that thing has just been made a nice little Fausto flag consolidation. Thing just literally beautiful trend right there. Nice swing trade. By the way, the big is doing well. Big right now just took out that big seller right here. Big iceberg order just got filled that took out that 30 and 40,000 share seller. So big looks pretty good. I don't know if you guys, whoever still has it here, but with us, but that thing's doing really, really well. Big is obviously is big today. A couple other stocks that we're going to be looking at too. There's this one other stock that came up on my watch list, up 32%. It's already up 65 cents. WINT, not as pretty as big though, but it's moving up pretty nice. LEDS, I mean, this stock we also traded yesterday. This one was just an animal. This thing just literally went from, $12 straight up to about 21. The only issue with this stock is look at the candles, okay? This is a 1-minute chart. This stock was moving in dollar intervals. It was very, very volatile. It was very risky. You had to be one of the Category 5 traders to be in the stock to trade it. So be careful with LEDS. But you'd have to trade that many shares to do well. NCTY, another nice little stock right here, up 23%. It's up $2.62. Great pre-market run already. I'm going to go check over here on the level 4 and see what we got going on. I'm just going to have it load up a little quick here. By the way, that big is doing awesome. Really good. Really good. Look at that. Wow, that thing is really picking up some momentum. Look at that. Gorgeous moving stock. Damn. Just broke through that major resistance levels here at 407. This thing could probably test 5. Wow. Doing awesome with that one. Did it come up yet? Yeah, it came up. All right, so, you had a couple of big orders out here. There was a big buyer right here. You could see it kind of run up, but got this big seller for 10,000 here at 384. Not as pretty as a move as big, but stock is doing really well. Look at, wow, things really picking up some momentum. What else we got here? Ford, I want to keep an eye on Ford, and there's this last one right here, the XERS. This stock also was a nice mover yesterday, and she's gapped up again this morning. So that one looks pretty decent. It could probably test, another stock could probably test a $5 price range. Looks like it's starting to get there a little bit. Big, big, big order out there. Does everybody see that order? See, this guy right here is what's holding it back. See right here, there's a 34,000 share seller out there. I'm just going to see what he's doing if he's getting executed. If you follow the time in sales, you could see that 3,000 just got filled. It's getting hit. This guy we have 7,000 just hit the bid right here. So it looks like it's probably going to back off. A lot of trading, a lot of volume actually. 1.6 million shares is a lot. So you could see it right here. Guy looks like he answered his position. He got executed. It looks pretty strong. I mean, I like that. Guy got filled right here at 34 cents. The guy right here is at 40 cents. You can see him for 34,000, and that's him right there. So looks like it's holding strong. So this stock also looks pretty fun. We got Nicholas on YouTube is asking me, could you check out the GTT trade? So GTT was nice. We traded that yesterday. That was a fun stock for the last 2 days. You could see it right here. We traded it on Wednesday. It ran from $1.60, did great, gapped up, but then once the market opened up, she kind of died. But that stock is done. Don't even go back to it, Nicholas. Stay away from it. We're done. Let's go to our next victim. Let's go to our next stock. Another person was asking me, private messaging me, what's going on with all the Reddit stocks? Listen, AMC is starting to make a big move right now. If you notice it, it just made a big pop right here. But AMC yesterday was one hell of a roller coaster. This thing ran from like 62 all the way down to 38. I mean, that is like a 50% haircut. Shot right back up to 68, came back down to 4. This thing is just bonkers, okay? You're literally playing with fire. I rather listen. We did so much better trading other stocks than the AMC. We did well with AMC. Some of you remember we started trading it last week. When it was at $13, it broke that $20 price range, which was a huge seller. You're hearing all these stocks. Listen, they're very dangerous. Even if you hear people on TV, even other professional traders, like, listen, you're dealing with the wild, wild west. You don't know what the hell this thing. It's going to go right back down to $10, all we know. You don't bet against Wall Street. These guys will crush you. Workhorse was actually pretty good too, Tube, yesterday. I'm bringing that up. That one we also traded yesterday too, Workhorse. Another one, big, wild short squeeze. That thing ran right at the open from 14 all the way up to about 18, came right back down to 15. I mean, you're talking about a $3 move. 1,000 shares of that stock, you could lose $3,000 like that. I don't think, I'm not in that game. There's some other people, you might want to play with it. I'm not interested. I'd rather trade a stock like BIG. You know what I mean? Like this stock was a lot easier. nice trend. You know, you don't need to make a lot of money to have a very great career in trading. You know, so don't. This is not like you're going to Vegas and you're going for the weekend and you're going to try to hit it big. That's not what trading's about. Trading is not a sprint. It's a marathon, okay? And it's a long marathon. So just go out there and just be very patient. Anybody else? Anybody else? Did I miss anything? Yeah, Norman, BlackBerry was the same thing. You know, that was another one that we traded. I mean, they were all just great stocks that we traded. But remember, the thing ran from 10 to 20. You know, everyone. Yesterday, some of you know, I went to my niece's graduation. She graduated college, and everyone's just surrounding me. First thing everybody want to talk about is stocks. You know, and they were asking me, "Hey, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? Should I get in? Is it too late?" I'm like, "Listen, stay away from it. It's not worth. There's so many other things out there to do that." Kathleen is saying the KOSS. I mean, listen, the KOSS moved. They're all going to make big moves, but remember what you always taught. Just take the money and run. All right? All right, traders, so let's get ready for the open. Listen, I'm not expecting it to be a very volatile day. I mean, I know a lot of you heard about the job report numbers. There were 100,000 short. You know, when they talk, you hear about all these people getting these jobs. Listen, when you look at pre-COVID and where we are today, we are way down on, you know, people working. So, you know, hearing all these people getting jobs until they get rid of this unemployment check, you know, we're going to probably, you know, be where we're at. All right. So let's just, but there are so many things that are moving out there that we could benefit from. So let's go out there and, you know, trade what we got going on. Now, I'm not expecting it to be a crazy day because, like I said, I live here in New York. Actually, I live on Long Island. I know that yesterday was such a washout. It is going to be a gorgeous weekend. There's going to be a ton of people going out to the Hamptons. If you don't know what it is, why don't you go look it up? It's where some of the richest people in the world go. They fly all over just to go there. It's a beautiful part of Long Island. And, you know, listen, they're going to want to take off. These people pay not hundreds. Sometimes they spend $1 million to rent a house just for 3 months out there in the Hamptons. You can imagine the piece of properties that are out there. A lot of, and there's people that just rent houses, whatever. They're going to be enjoying it. It's going to be 90 degrees. I think a lot of people are going to leave early today. But remember, the afternoons, Friday afternoons, if news comes out, I always find it's a lot easier to trade in Friday afternoons because the stock has a push. You won't get the shakes like we used to. The algorithms, you know, the algos won't kick in as bad. So, you know, always follow us on Twitter. You have access to your phone. You could now, with our new technology, with our new webinar technology, everything we built, we just rebuilt CTU, new website. It'd be easy for you to log in and just to check in, see how things are going. Go talk to your fellow traders, see what we have to say in the room. If there's nothing going on, there's nothing. You don't have to come back. But if something's going on, you know you want to get back. So don't forget to log in at 2:30. So we'll see you back then. Guys, good luck. Happy trading. We'll start commentary in the live trading room in the next, once the market opens up. All right? Thanks, everyone. If I don't see you, enjoy your weekend. See you back here on Monday.